What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, reviewing today's Super Stardust Ultra. In Super Stardust Ultra, you're controlling a ship in tight orbit around a planet, and it has you shooting enemies and rocks for points. To keep the challenge fresh, there's many different kinds of rocks and enemies you're going to be facing, and each one has a different weapon weakness. If you use the proper weapon on them, it'll even strengthen it, making you better adept at fighting those enemies in the future. The enemies in this game are evil, bullet-firing robots of various shapes, sizes, and firing styles. They drop on the map and make your life a living hell. The main focus of Super Stardust Ultra is getting a sweet high score, so destroying rocks and bombing baddies get your multiplier higher, thus rewarding you with more points per kill. It's fun to play a classic-style game where high scores are the only real goal, and the game itself is just a repeated, wacky sandbox of gameplay. You control your ship with the left stick. Tilting the right stick makes you fire in the direction you're tilting. The shoulder buttons are for toggling between all your different weapons, using bombs, and using your Mega Boost, which launches you across the map and bulldozes all the enemies in your path. The game boasts having 9 different game modes, but really it can all be boiled down to 3. The first game mode is Arcade Mode, which has you playing through level after level, going through various planets to defend them from the evil rocks and robots that apparently are invading them for some reason. When it's time to actually fight the boss, you get little or no warning. He just shows up on the map, so you end up not getting a chance to clear off all the previous enemies. This is a fun mechanic because now you end up dodging all the current refuse, enemies, and boulders on the map while still trying to dodge the lasers of the new threat. As a side note, this game actually has split-screen co-op, so if you want to play through the adventure mode with a friend, you can. One of the only flaws in this game is the fact that all the bosses are carried over from previous Super Stardust games. None of the bosses here are original. Now, if this is your first time playing a Stardust game, you wouldn't really notice, but as a classic fan, this did kind of irk me. The second major game mode has you fighting across altered levels of the arcade mode, but you don't have any guns at all. Instead, all combat is done with well-aimed boosts to destroy enemies. This game mode is extremely frantic and really fun because you only get one life. Since you have no guns and the only way you can possibly get to the next level is by destroying everything you can with rams, you're really going to find yourself aiming as carefully as possible. Certain things you ram will actually extend your current boost by a half second, so you end up finding yourself steering with surgical precision at hundreds of miles an hour. I was never able to last more than a few minutes in this game mode before getting blown up and killed, but I actually really like that about it. I really like game modes that have me just smashing through stuff, gaining points before horrifically dying. The Swift game mode is really fun to just sit down and knock out 10 or 20 games in a 15-minute period, and then if you get tired, move on. The final game type is really out there. It's called live stream mode. In this game mode, you're spawned on a mostly empty planet with nothing but rocks, but no actual laser firing enemies. But the people watching the stream vote for what kind of enemies will show up. They're able to vote whether they want really strong to mediocrely strong enemies, or they can, if they want, vote to give you a break for a few seconds there. And I really thought this was one of the funnest game modes to play. As an added twist, everybody who votes for a certain type of enemy, their names will actually appear on those enemies. For example, at one point, people were watching and they voted for incredibly powerful turrets to be dropped all over the map, and one of the turrets was actually named after a person in the live stream. If you're killed by one of these named enemies, it will actually say on the screen that that person killed you. This was a really ingenious game mode to add in there, because it makes it where we can interact with the viewers, and the viewers are getting to interact with the streamer in a more direct way, and I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm sure it was more entertaining watching my frustration after I got killed over and over again by the monsters they spawned. Overall, the game is really solid, with good controls and great 1080p 60 frames per second graphics, and really, of course, tons of replayability. But let's go over to the ratings board and put a big number on it. I am giving Super Stardust Ultra on the PlayStation 4 an 8 out of 10. This game is a real gem, and anybody who likes classic flurry arcade-style action should definitely pick this up. As always, guys, this has been DreamcastGuy saying like, comment, share, and subscribe, but do me a big favor and keep dreaming. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, maybe check out my last video. Please subscribe, and if you want, share this somewhere with your friends. In Super Stardust Ultra, you're controlling a let's wait for this fucking car. God damn, I hate motherfuckers who just rev up their car outside my window. I get it, you have a motorcycle. I'm really proud of you.